Hey people, how you doing today? Good to have you here. Well, they still got us wearing masks. But at least, darn it, I try to make mine look good. I make my own with matching necklaces and see, I got my crown and everything. I even got matching glasses. If you notice, the last shows, everything matches. So I have to keep up with being a glamour girl. And you certainly can't be a glamour girl in those green little masks, so I have my own thing. Well, today we're going to try to fight some of the excess racism that's going on in our nation. We're not going to do a lot of talking and castigating of this one, that one, and the other one. We're going to play music today. We're going to play music from back in the day when everything was interracial. Everything. That happened for about 40 years in this country until about 1965. Because I remember when I was a kid, I went to elementary school, it was interracial. Junior high, everything was. The dancing, the singing, the girlfriends and the boyfriends and all of that. Even the gangs were interracial, and so what's going on nowadays? Wow. They're letting these immigrants come into America and divide us and got us doing some of the most terrible things to each other while they're waiting for a total destruction of the relationships between the blacks and the whites so that the immigrants can take over. Like I told the Democrat House, would you people please stop acting like the black KKK? We got rid of the white one. We don't need a black one. Now, you talking about you going to bring all of these immigrants here. What do you think it's going to do to the black people? They're already sleeping on the street on the East Coast, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia. I couldn't believe all the blacks sleeping on the street. And then out on the West Coast is the white people. And where do you see the immigrants? They don't go out there. No, they be at home laughing. See, because they've always been jealous of the United States and its power. And now they've got a chance to take it over, and all they got to do is call the white people white supremacists and white extremes. That's all they got to say. Back in my day, we had a saying, sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never hurt me. Not true nowadays. Every immigrant that set foot here, the first thing they do is start castigating the white people. And the white people, the black people, we're the ones who built everything in the world. So of course they want to tear us down. So I'm just going to put about 6 songs in a row and see how relaxed you feel when you listen to these songs that I listened to when I was coming up. And during those days, everybody loved each other. There wasn't no war and all this crap like they're talking about now. So let's roll those songs.
I long to hold you tight, 'cause I'm so lonely. Baby, I need your loving, got to have all your loving. Baby, I need your loving, got to have all your loving. Some say it's a sign of weakness for a man to beg. Then weak I'd rather be, if it means having you to keep. 'Cause lately I've been losing sleep. Baby, I need your loving, got to have all your loving. Baby, I need your loving, got to have all your loving. Empty nights echo your name. Oh, sometimes I wonder, will I ever be the same? Oh yeah, when you see me smiling, you know things have gotten worse. Any smile you might see has all been hers. Darling, I can't go on without you. This emptiness won't let me live without you. This loneliness inside, darling, makes me feel half alive. Baby, I need your loving, got to have all your loving. Baby, I need your loving, got to have all your loving. Baby, I need your loving.
79 WQXI.
With 24 hours a day worth of fun-packed entertainment for young Atlanta.
Ready or not, here I come. See that used to be such fun. Apple pictures pumpkin pie. Who not ready? That's a game we used to play. Yeah. Hide and seek, what's its name? Ready or not.
Wow! Wasn't that something? Don't you feel relaxed now? Did you see the beauty of the American youth? They're not out throwing rocks at each other and calling each other names. They was having a good time. And I do remember those days because I had a good time, even though, we had some problems in our family, but just watching the other people, Dick Clark and Grooving Ernie D and all of them, because everything was about dancing and singing. And all of the interracial groups, just about every group was interracial. Even though you might not have saw them, a lot of times that's who brought you the African American singers. You just didn't know it. A lot of things was interracial and they just didn't tell it. Like I didn't find out apple, peaches, and pumpkin pie, Jay and the Techniques. Oh, and they found all of them, the white one and the black one. I said, oh my God, these, you never knew. And there was another one I used to like, the cheater, watch out for the cheater. Everybody swore they was black, but they were white. Because everything was interracial and it was like interracial soul. That's the way it was back, when I was, coming along. Everything was interracial soul. Even when we had fights, you have the Beanie Boys. they was interracial, and then you had the Tennessee Gang. They were so as much interracial as the Beanie Boys, but even the fighting was interracial. We went to elementary school, we went to junior high and high school, and the colleges. And then all of a sudden, in 1965, President Johnson and Tip O'Neill and Senator Philip Hart of Michigan, they said if we could just stop this singing and dancing and get them in a lot of trouble, we can take over America and take all of their factories and all of their science and engineering, and we'll train the foreigners to do it, and then they'll be beholden to us. And that's exactly what they did. Oh yeah, they sent the Mexicans, the Cubans, the Hispanics, Latinos into all of the black neighborhoods, and in Pennsylvania they sent the Jamaicans. And you can look up any of this online and see that it's true. And people like me, of course, we tried to tell people you cannot get involved in welfare and drugs with these people, but they didn't listen. And the type of drugs that they brought was designed to kill. I don't mean just knock you out dead, kill your mind. That's what they used to brainwash the blacks with from the beginning. And then to brainwash the women, they gave them welfare. Well, now you're going to quit school. You're not going to try to be a decent human being. You're just going to have babies just to get a check. And good people like me and the pastors, we talked. And I looked up 2 years later, the pastors were selling drugs. So that's what happened to America. And the end result is what you see now. You see the white people hate the white people. The black people hate the black people. The black people hate the white people. And the white people hate the black people. But I think it's more of the black people hating the white people, because they've been led to believe that all these bad things that's happening was done by the white people. That's what their mom and daddy told them. But their mama lied to them. No, if the women hadn't got out of school, President Kennedy, he tried to train the entire interracial community. And you see what they did for him. He got shot right down the street from practically where Johnson lived, because they didn't want all this education in no black neighborhood. It's bad enough they had to put up with the educated white people. So they got rid of the educated black people. So it's easy now, the way they did it, and they let the foreigners come over here and just call it the white people names, and the black people go along with it because they getting a check and all this stuff, and then all the killing that happened. That had nothing to do with the Republicans. That was the Democrats, all them shootings, and it still is them. Like poor George Floyd. if them women had not left away from the school and stayed with their husband and the families, things like that wouldn't have happened because the boys would have still had a father figure, not the mama drug dealer of the Weeks Club. And I haven't had them to come on my TV shows when I was in Lansing. They used to come on my shows and say how much they regretted doing that. But darn it, it's too late now. It's too late. And so now you got BLM. They run up and down the street blaming the white people. When I wish some of them women from the old school would come up and say what they did. I had a couple of them to admit that they believe it's their fault for leaving the husband and the black family to use drugs and take free welfare, that it was a destruction. In fact, I wrote a book called The Trouble with Politics, 40 Years of Democrat Congress. And so it's just been, for me, it's been hell. I don't like this. Because I'm used to getting along with everybody, the white people and the black people. You get scared of all of them now. So what I'm going to do, we're going to go to part 2. We're just going to listen to about 6 songs straight in a row. See, that's the way it was when I was young. They would put on 6 or 7 beautiful songs. You didn't have time to go to war and all that stuff. You was busy listening to the records and people on the phone. Even on the phone, they'd be making up dances. Girl, I'm going to do this. Or the dudes, they'd be on the street corner. Ooh, everybody was singing and dancing. And that's what I'm trying to show you. What they doing now, stop it. Stop calling the white people all these names. Stop using the drugs that the Muslim putting out here. The opioids, stop it. Go somewhere and try to save yourself. Listen to these songs. Just so, well, I'm just going to turn on Christine Timmon, listen to them songs. You got about 12 or 14 songs. By the time you get through listening to them, you will be so relaxed. You wonder why you ever wanted to fight in the first place. So we're going to have, in this session, Smoke Gets in Your Eyes. We're going to have the Conway Twitty. It's Only Make Believe. Four Tops come in a couple of times, and then maybe by the Chantels, and The Land of 1,000 Dances with Wilson Pickett. Let's do some singing, some dancing here. Listen to these songs.
That's our first half hour bandstand. Chairman of the board coming up in the next half hour, and the dance contest continues, and I guess some of these people will be in it. On Bandstand now, this is a brand new release by some fellas who've had, I guess at least a half a dozen giant hit records. The latest from the Grassroots.
You're such a natural woman, but you're so far away, baby. Your love is driving me crazy. I'm coming home. I know you can't live without love. I know you're feeling so lonely. Save all your sweet loving for me. I'm coming home. I'm coming home.
Yes, of the Grassroots, Warren Entner and Rob Grill will be here in a while to help us judge the dance contest.
They ask me how I knew my true love was true. I falsely blind. Something here inside cannot be denied. Said someday you'll find all who love are blind. Oh, when your heart's on fire, you must realize smoke gets in your eyes. I chaff them and I gaily laugh to think they could doubt my love. Yet today my love has flown away. I am without my friends deride tears I cannot hide. So I smile and say, when a lovely flame dies, smoke gets in your eyes. Smoke gets in your eyes. Smoke gets in your eyes. by the name of Ringo. Ringo began to ask me some questions. He said, Pickett, you've been all around the world singing about a thing called soul. He said, can you please tell me what is soul? I looked around at him, I said, Ringo, I said, soul ain't nothing but a feeling. He said, how do you know? How do you know when you get it? I said, it gets in your hand, makes you clap your hand. Oh yes, I heard a sister say, it got in my feet. And I had to move my feet. Let me hear you say, yeah. How many of you think you got soul tonight? Let me see your hand. Everybody got it tonight. Let me see you raise your hand. Lord have mercy. I'm feeling pretty good right now. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. If you got it, let me see. Come on. Here it goes. Look at it. You got to know when I'm phony. Phony Maroney. Mashed potatoes. Do the alligator. Put your hands on your hips. Backbone slip. Do the 1, 2, say. Do it like Lucy. Look at it. Na 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 na. Let me hear y'all say it out there one time. Say it one more time for me. That's it. Don't talk salad. Twist it with Lucy. Do the 1, 2, say. Roll over on your back. I like it like that. Do that joint, baby. Watch me work. Do it. Do it. You got to get feeling. You got to get feeling. Got to get feeling. Got to get feeling. Ow! One more time. You got to get feeling. You got to get feeling. Got to get feeling. Ah! One more time. One more time. One more time. having fun. I want to thank you for being so good to me. And I want everybody before I leave. Look here. Shake what you brought with you. 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 Don't take much now. Shake what you brought with you.
Well, if you took all our guests, our next guest's records, including his 54 #1 singles, and laid them end to end, they'd stretch all the way from here to Hendersonville, Tennessee, where he has his own 9-acre tourist complex known as Twitty City. Here is Conway Twitty. Hi, Conway.
All right, David, how you doing?
So, Twitty City, does it like have its own zip code and
Twitty City is alive and well. It's got its own mayor.
a thriving metropolis?
Me,
in other
that's
words,
right.
yeah? Oh, you're the mayor.
Yeah, and all the residents of Twitty City.
It's good to be king, right?
Sure, that's damn right. Now, as you know, Twitty City is a major tourist complex.
Yeah.
And it's unusual because my home is there, and I have 4 young adult kids. Their homes are there. My mother's home is there.
But you got a big fence around it.
Oh, there's a huge wall around it, yeah.
And turrets, gun turrets and things.
Yeah, and that's not meant to keep people out. Because we invite
Meant to keep people in.
That's right. We invite people from all over the world to come to Twitty City. So come see us sometime. You almost came once.
That's right, I did. I was passing through, but I missed it.
Next time.
Okay. Now, you're celebrating 25 years in country music now, right?
25 years in country music. You know I spent 10 years in rock music before that.
That's right. And you were in a couple of movies like Sex Kittens Go to College. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring it. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I did 2 or 3 movies, but we won't talk about that.
But now it's country music.
Now it's country music, that's right.
Well, so 25 years, I mean, do you have any special plans to celebrate 25 years in
Yeah,
business?
this is my 25th year, and my record company, MCA, they're releasing a lot of product this year that they normally wouldn't release. Plus the fact that I've never done much television, and this year I'm here because of you, and it's your request. I'm here doing your show.
Well, we're honored to have you.
Thank you, sir. And I'm going to do a few of those things that I've never done before. Still a new face for television after 33 years.
So you're on the road now with
with
2
Merle Haggard
kind of other
and George
okay,
Jones.
George Jones.
That's right, and Conway Twitty, Merle Haggard, and George Jones. Thank you. And we're out there
a hell of a bill.
until April. Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Come see us out there.
Now, is it true that before any of this the music business, you were asked to play with the Philadelphia Phillies? Is that?
Yeah, I had a contract with the Phillies when I graduated from high school.
Yeah. Well,
And,
what position?
I played center field, but I think they would have. I think that they would have attempted to make an infielder out of me because I wasn't as big as some of those dudes that played in the outfield out there.
What was your batting average?
The last year I played, it was .464.
That's not bad.
That's pretty good.
You could have made a record there too, right? As well as in music.
Well, that's a lot of singles.
That's a lot of singles.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, right now you're going to do your first song that sold 1 million records.
That's
and
right.
It's the first song that I remember you singing.
It's the biggest record I've ever had, I guess. I have sales-wise. Otherwise, I've had other songs since then that have had the same kind of impact. But this was my first rock and roll million seller back in 1958.
And it's called "It's Only Make Believe."
That's it. That's it. Thank you, David.
Okay.
People see us everywhere. They think you really care. But myself I can't deceive. I know it's only make believe. My one and only prayer is that someday you'll care. My hopes, my dream come true. My one and only you. No one will ever know how much I love you so. My only prayer will be someday you care for me, but it's only make believe. My hopes, my dreams come true. My life I'd give for you. My heart, a wedding ring. My all, my everything. My heart, I can't control. You rule my very soul. My only prayer will be someday you care for me, but it's only make believe. My one and only prayer is that someday you care. My hopes, my dream come true. My one and only you. No one will ever know how much I love you so. My only prayer will be someday you care for me, but it's only make
Wow. I don't know about you guys, but I am extremely relaxed. You know, every time I listen to those type of songs, I just lay back and just don't think of anything, no hatred and all this stuff. Just listen to some beautiful music. So we're going to have to find a way, I should say, to stop people like Megan Thee Stallion, Lil Nas, and Cardi B. They all got to be stopped. You see how beautiful our girls used to be? Did you see the ones on American Bandstand? There were some beautiful girls, African Americans and white, and they were not naked. They were not putting their little butts all up to. We have to put a stop to that. That is a destruction for our community. So I'm telling you, how much time do I have left here, hon? Okay, I got a couple of minutes left. So we're going to end with, we're going to listen to Four Tops for a minute. You know, Ask the Lonely. That's how we are right now. Americans, we are lonely for each other. These foreigners are coming here and breaking us apart and destroying what we built. So let's see what we can do about that. Ask the Lonely.
Just ask the lonely. Just ask the lonely. make it all alone. Remember, no one is big enough to go alone. Just ask the lonely, they know the hurting pain of losing a love you can never regain. Just ask the lonely. The young and foolish laugh at love, slowly run away, confident and sure that fate will bring another love their way. But ask the lonely, how vainly a heart can yearn for losing a love that will never return. Just ask the lonely. They'll tell you. They'll tell you a story of sadness, a story too hard to believe. They'll tell you the loneliest one is me. Just ask the lonely. Ask me. I'm the loneliest one you'll see.
Oh, wow. What a beautiful ending for a show. You know, and we should not be lonely. The Americans should not be lonely because we built everything. And now we are lonely. Especially the poor white people. Everybody lonely. And black people are lonely too. Yes, because the only thing they know how to do is fight and shoot. You gotta be lonely in your mind if that's all you want to do. So that's gonna be it for today. But come back again. You know, this is Capital City Chris in the house, Queen of the Constitution, Constitution technician. So you need to be listening to what I tell you. Everything I tell you comes true. Now, those of you who've been watching the show for a couple of years, you know everything I said comes true. So listen to what I'm telling you. Stop fighting each other, you Americans. I know they telling you this stuff about ethnic and this, but they made up that. That's not in the Constitution. When they come to America, you have to bring them. The only ones that come through the state are the ones who want work visas. The United States can't bring anybody. That's what the Supreme Court just ruled, that they're not even citizens, which means they're not even legal residents of your state. If you want to do some fighting out there, you better be trying to fight these people that's just coming in here, starting fights by calling the people who built this country names. Even you hear Cardi B, she got the nerve to want to be talking about niggers. What? And what is she? A Puerto Rican. And the black guys need to stop it too. In the rap song. Stop it. Let's all get back together and be real Americans and listen to some beautiful music. And if you got to fight, you need to fight for America, not against it with some foreigners that you don't even know. They didn't help build nothing. No one built anything except the black engineers and the white ones. They're the only ones. The rest of them ain't built nothing. So that's what I got to say today. And I tell you what, he's going to play, my outro. But maybe we might get a chance for you to put in a couple of seconds of a Land of 1,000 Dances. Anything that we can do to keep people happy and keep people dancing. That's what we need to do. Go back to singing and dancing, not stripping and being naked on that screen. That's what we need to do. So come back again next month, and I don't know, I can't tell you what I'm going to have because there's so much stuff be happening. You never know what these people are going to do, what they plan. But I do know that I've done something I'm a delegate to the 9th Congressional District, the 18th District, the Michigan Legislature, Grosse Pointe, East Point, and St. Clair Shores. So I have to speak for them, and I'm telling you, I'm going to be speaking. That's why I got all kind of new clothes, and each one of my outfits, I make masks to match it and everything. So when I go out and speak to people, they'll want to hear what I got to say. Because first of all, they say, oh, isn't she cute with her little stuff on? And then I get really smart on them, and they enjoy, people, getting really smart. And I just want Americans to stop, drop, and think. Stop, drop, and think. And stop fighting. So that's it for today. And we will see you next month.